皆さんこんにちは。This is week 3 video. In this video, you can check more about te form of conjugation. Group 3 and Group 2 it's not difficult to make te form, but there are 4 types for Group 1. If you are not sure, please check this video. At first, listen the dialogue and try to find te form in the dialogue.
ミカさん、入っていいですか？
いいですよ、アレックスさん。
今、勉強していて、ここが難しいので、教えてください。
なるほど。辞書を開いてみましょうか。
ありがとうございます。やっぱり聞いてよかったです。今は簡単にわかります。
There are 6 te form in the dialogue. Have you heard all of it? Let's listen again with Japanese sentence.
ミカさん、入っていいですか？
いいですよ、アレックスさん。
今、勉強していて、ここが難しいので、教えてください。
なるほど。辞書を開いてみましょうか。
ありがとうございます。やっぱり聞いてよかったです。今は簡単にわかります。
Let's check new vocabulary to getting understood this conversation. 難しい is adjective that means difficult, but also this could mean like hard, tough too. 教える is verb teach. This is group 2 verb. なるほど is I see, more like I got it. We use this expression quite a lot in conversation. 辞書 is dictionary. You've already known this word because its 辞書 form is existed in verb conjugation, but just remind you again for making sure. 開く is open. Here it used as open the dictionary, but you can use like open the door, window, or even your mind, his heart, etc. We had lots of expression with this 開く. やはり it's very difficult to tell the meaning. I thought so. I knew it. It's probably close, but it's like strong agree with what one does. Also, we say like やっぱり. This expression is more natural. Here's some sentences with やはり and やっぱり. やっぱり簡単だね。I know it is easy. やっぱり勉強してよかったね。I thought it was correct to study. やはり行きたいです。I'd love to go. 聞く is listen to, hear, ask, etc. It's group 1 verb. 簡単 is adjective means easy. Let's check te form. First of all, group 3 is just 2, so remember how it changes. Group 2 changes same, and basically it will be I or e or sound plus te. Basically it's same as mass form mostly. But problem is group 1. They change so different way. But actually you can classify them as 4 types. At first, make it mass form like other verbs. Then watch the changing bird letters. If it's I, chi, or di, it changes to te. For example, 言います it's going to change 言って. If it's に bi or mi, it changed to んで. For example, 呼びます it's going to change 呼んで. If it's き it changed to いて, and if it's ぎ it changed to いで. For example, 書きます it's going to change 書いて。If it's she, it changed to して。For example, 話します it's going to change 話して。But we have exception. 行きます This is actually 10 verbs, but if you follow the rule, it's gonna be 言いて。But only this one is exception and it changed to 言って。As you can see, same て form of 言います but we guess when we hear 言って actually. Let's practice anyway. Here is some must form glue one verbs. You can check the rule left side too, so let's try to make て form by yourself. The answers are 遊んで、泳いで、押して、待って、取って、噛んで。Now you can understand most of today's dialogue, so let's listen again with English translation.
ミカさん、入っていいですか？
いいですよ、アレックスさん。
今、勉強していて、ここが難しいので、教えてください。
なるほど。辞書を開いてみましょうか。
ありがとうございます。やっぱり聞いてよかったです。今は簡単にわかります。
Let's listen again with quick check.
ミカさん、入っていいですか？
いいですよ、アレックスさん。
今、勉強していて、ここが難しいので、教えてください。
なるほど。辞書を開いてみましょうか。
ありがとうございます。やっぱり聞いてよかったです。今は簡単にわかります。
You need lots of practice to get through the verb conjugation, but mostly there is a pattern, so just practice and practice to understand. Basically, we tend to prevent hard pronunciation for us, but anyway, don't forget to enjoy learning because it's still tough to understand verb conjugation of Japanese.
お疲れ様でした。よろしければ他の動画もご覧ください。Please check out the videos. またお会いしましょう。